Yeah, g'day, Bush Camping Tools here. Well, I want to talk, we're going to have a bit of a barbecue today, but first of all, I want to talk about using resources. And a little bit earlier on, it was a bit just too difficult to use the camera, but I cut down a big chunk of bamboo. It's not giant bamboo, but it's nonetheless, it's, you know, pretty sturdy bamboo. Let's have a closer look at that. Okay, so we have to make sure that we use the resources wisely and not just chop this up for skewers, all right? So let's have a look at that. Right, so I'm giving you an idea of the length of this. This is really quite big. It's like, you know, over... okay, so this is over 10 feet long, over 3 meters long, and we could use these things for skewers on here too, these smaller branches. We don't want to just waste this on skewering meat or anything, all right? Let's move on. For today, I'm going to use my M7 to accomplish this task. All right, let's move on. Could have done that one a bit better. The cut should be nice and neat like this. To make a good fishing rod, actually, not much effort to it. Alright, so we're just going to put that down there, like that, and we're going to take stock of what we've got with these great things here, and these will be great for skewers. Any one of these. We don't have to use the main one, so we want to be as versatile as possible. Let's have a look here. This looks like a good piece here. We even have a miniature fishing rod if you had to. Gonna make another skewer here. Okay, let's get the fire going now. That's a solid bit of wood, that. You know, as I said, we've got the my sturdy M7. Don't need to go further than that to split that, and that will do the job. It's really heavy, so I'm just going to let the baton do the job, and then we've got a wedge in there, and that's simply that. The wood's really dry, so I think a piece of old elm or oak . Some stuff we've worked on before for the channel. Now I'm doing it over a log because I don't want to, if I miss, I'm going to go into the log and not into that stone. Alright, let's get moving. A small notch in that. I'm going to put this into there. This is a garbage fire steel, I forgot about that, but we're going to make do with it because that's all I've got. You see, it's taken off shavings, but it's not sparking. at all. Alright, let's see if we can get it. Not a very good fire steel. All fire steels are not created equal. If you don't know that, there's varying differences of alloy, and they may not be so good. So just to recap on this, I have spoken about this before about rubbish fire steels. Not all fire steels are created equal, and they're poor alloy content. You can shave them off for sure, but they won't generate any sparks or few sparks. So be wary of that. It's worthwhile buying quality fire steel. This is just one, you know, we grabbed out of the kitchen drawer, that's why it hasn't got an end on it, because I basically I was going to throw it out, but I didn't, and I should have. It's useless. Okay, I put some coals from the previous fire on there, so I don't have to waste all the wood, you know, basically recycling. Alright, so I just want to talk about using bamboo a bit more here, and that is you've got to be really careful with this stuff, because you don't want to get the splinters in you. I mean, you don't want to get any wood splinters in you, but bamboo can be really sharp and difficult, and also very painful to extract if you jab yourself. Now, I'm going to turn these bits of bamboo you saw me cut earlier onto the skewers. Okay, I just thought I'd do a quick tip here. It's unrelated to this trip that, you know, we were just going through a bit of bush, you know, and my kid didn't want to walk first because he was worried about getting spiders on him or what have you like that. But I said, you know, it's best to walk first, because the first person bashes the bushes, then the ticks and the spiders, they get moving, and they always get on the second person. So if you're smart, you go first. You don't go second or third, because you're going to get all the bugs all over you. Alright, so we've got a bit of meat here, just a bit of beef, just salt and pepper, nothing more, nothing less. So I'm just going to skewer this like this, hook that in there. It's really just to be able to get it off the, I'll twist it as I put it through. And yeah, we're just going to put that like that on there. Okay, I decided not to use the skewers. They're a bit too flexible for the weight of the meat, so we're going to use these as super chopsticks. But nonetheless, that works just fine too. I don't need to get down there and burn myself, because it was just a bit too heavy there, but that's alright. Alright, that meat's done. That could do a bit longer, that. It's looking good. Oh. Oh, look at that, that's perfect. That looks great, look at that, perfect. Alright, let's eat some of that good stuff there. Okay, here's a simple hack for that cutting board. I just inverted it, so where I was cutting up all those meat juices are underneath. If you don't have much water, I mean, this is a bit of a quick and dirty way, but I'm just going to heat the daylights out of that. It'll kill it, dry it all up, and kill any other bugs that are there, so I'm ready to use it again the next time I'm out here. So the other thing that I learnt was, you know, these skewers were a bit too thin, or rather the meat was too thick and heavy to use them. Doesn't matter, I use them as kind of like giant chopsticks to move the meat around on the grill. That was good enough, but you know, I forgot the flexibility of bamboo, so you have to bear that in mind. Certainly if we'd used bigger skewers, that would have, you know, put bigger holes in the meat and everything. But probably I should have persevered a bit longer with it, but this worked all right like that. We were a bit hungry and wanted to get on with it. So it's all right when you've got lots of time to do things in the bushcraft thing, and you can, you know, stuff around all day doing those things. But when you're in a bit of a hurry, you just got to get moving in a groove and get the fire going, feed yourself, and that's the reality of it.